Yes, I will, but I mean, you haven't started working yet. You can start working without them if it's in. Yeah, because I don't communicate to them when I update it, and no more. Okay, make sure you take this down, take it to one top. Okay, I don't think that, because the last time I reached out to Jennifer, she wasn't wanting you guys to update it with me, she wants you guys to update it with one top. Okay, so you should be done, it's something that I do on my end. I don't know if they were going to update on your I-9, that's it, but I don't communicate to anybody else, I don't say anything to anybody else.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our webinar for this morning, UAB Career Center. And we will give people some time to jump on both here on Zoom and on Facebook. So welcome and thank you for joining us. Again, we are here on Zoom and on Facebook. And what we'll do is we have the honor today of having Damien with us, and he'll talk to us about the Career Center and everything that is available for students and how to get a job, how to prepare for getting a job both on campus and off campus. So as we navigate all of that information, please remember you can put your questions in the Q&A section here on Zoom or on Facebook as well through the comment section. At the end, we will get to those questions. If you have any additional questions later on, you can always send them to us to families@uab.edu and to the Career Center as well. And as we wait and give people one more minute to join us, I also want to remind you that all of our past webinars are already on our UAB Families page. It's at uab.edu/families under the Communications tab for webinars 2025. Plus, they're all recorded on Facebook as well. So you can go back and view them, share them, review them, and share them again. So I think without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to Damien so that he takes us in this journey about how to navigate career choices and career exploration here at UAB. Thank you for being with us, Damien.
Thank you for having me. Welcome, everybody. My name is Damien White. I get to serve as Assistant Director of Career Education for the University of Alabama at Birmingham. So I work with faculty and staff in building innovative programming for students just like yours. And so we'll just jump right in and learn about some resources that the Career Center offers. And like Carmen said, exploring career pathways, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to go away on my screen here, and we'll get started. All right. So this is Nikki Sarbut. She's Assistant Director of Career Education, but she's also the College of Arts and Sciences career consultant. So if your major falls under the College of Arts and Sciences, Nikki Sarbut would be your career consultant. And that is her contact information as well. That is my picture. I'm an Assistant Director of Career Education, but I'm also a career consultant for the School of Health Professions and the School of Public Health as well. And that is how you can contact me. That is my email. So should you need any assistance, just feel free to reach out to me if you are a School of Health Professions or School of Public Health major. And this is Kimberly Hayes. She's an Assistant Director of Career Education as well, but she's also the career consultant for the College of Education and the School of Nursing. So if you're going into nursing school or you're thinking about teaching K-12, Kimberly Hayes will be the person that you consult with as it relates to career pathway needs. So UAB has 3 career centers. We have the Colac School of Business Career Center, we have the Engineering Career Center, and then we also have the UAB Career Center. And so with that, here are the colleges and schools that we service. So again, College of Arts and Sciences, College of Education, School of Health Professions, School of Nursing, and the School of Public Health. So if either of those are your majors, just be sure to stop by our center as we can serve you because you are within our service scope of service. So some of the services that we offer, career exploration. So that looks like your student utilizing what we call Focus 2. It's a software that gives you personality assessments. It walks you through hard skills and soft skills, and it'll even go so far to recommend career pathways that it thinks that you'll be most successful in. We also help with resume building and CV development. So whether you have a resume or you need to create one from scratch, we can help you do that. We can help you prepare for interviews through our software called Big Interview. The cool thing about Big Interview is that it's a software that you could sit in front of the computer. You can tell the software that you're interviewing for a specific position. Big Interview will then formulate questions that it thinks that you'll be asked in the actual interview. You'll answer those questions in real time in front of a camera. It'll tell you how many times you say how many times you touch your ear. All the weird isms that we do are regularly communicating, we can get those out of the way. So that way on game day, we can best articulate our value to the employer. It's a really cool tool, and I highly encourage your student to use it. We also help you understand how to search for jobs, help you navigate Handshake and LinkedIn, understand the importance of how to professionally network. And then also we have about 5 career fairs throughout the academic year. They are major specific. So if you're a computer science major, you would come to the computer science networking event. Or if you're a School of Health Professions major, you might think about coming to the government fair. Um, and with that, we also have a career closet. So, should you need clothing for a networking event, an interview, or career fair, we encourage you to come to our center, utilize the clothing in our closet free of charge. Even after the event, don't worry about bringing the clothing back. It is now your clothing. And the types of clothes that we offer are all professional, career ready clothing. So Handshake is our platform that we use here to offer students, uh, how can I say this? It's a platform that you can use to search for jobs and also communicate with employers as well. It houses over 300,000 employers. And so we highly encourage you to, number one, make sure that your student's profile is completely filled out. We're seeing that people that have a completely filled out profile are more susceptible of being reached out to than someone who only has about 40% of their profile filled out. This is how you can also schedule appointments with the Career Center as well, whether it's for resume building, interviews, or job search strategies, or navigating LinkedIn. You can also research the employer that you might be interested within Handshake as well as it relates to salary negotiations, demographics, et cetera, et cetera. There's also a resource library within Handshake that has little suggestions and tips that are more in depth of the versions. They're more in-depth versions of the workshops that we give in the classroom, and those are readily available to your student 24/7. They can access those through Handshake. So our fall 2025 career fairs, we have the UAB on-campus job fair on August 27th. So if your student's looking to land a position on campus, they are highly encouraged to participate in that fair. We also have the Blazing Alabama Career Fair on September 30th. And with that one, we are looking to retain our talent within Alabama. So you'll find different employers and organizations that are housed right here in Alabama that might have internship and job opportunities for your student. We also have the UAB Computer Science Networking Mixer as well on October 14th, and that is a huge opportunity for computer science majors, maybe looking for internships, maybe looking to expand their network within the field of computer science. So our Career Center Canvas course, it's no additional tuition. It's already in your student's Canvas. It's on the left-hand side at the very bottom. That's where it lives. It's a 10-module course and it's self-paced, so the student can take it at any time they would please, and in their convenience rather. And so you'll find things like how to launch your career. You'll find things in there like how to build your personal finance as well. What I found is students that take this course, we're able to help them more efficiently because they already understand the basics of being career ready. So we highly encourage each student to just take a peek at the course and take it at your in your convenience. That way you're learning those career ready basics and we're able to help you more efficiently. So Stepping Blocks is a new software that the university has purchased for us and for students to use. Think of it as a upgraded version of Focus 2. You're going to have more in-depth versions of the personality assessment. You're also going to have the Career Path Explorer and then also the Institutional Outcomes Explorer as well. Cool thing about this is that you'll have a compilation of data, access to a compilation of data, where say your student is a music major in the College of Arts and Sciences and they want to be a sound engineer, they can then research the position sound engineer and it will give them a compilation of data of actual professionals that have provided this data to us on how they actually got to where they are. It'll walk them through their educational journey, it'll walk them through their career progression as well. They'll learn how this person started out in an entry level position and then moved up to eventually be a sound engineer, et cetera, right? And the great thing about that is that the student can understand if they're on the right path to being what they want to be, or they can learn that they need to tweak their journey a little bit. Maybe we need to help you understand how to expand your network a little bit, right? Or they may find out they don't want to do this at all. And so that's for that reason, Stepping Blocks is a great tool for the student to use day one on campus, just exploring their career pathways and making sure that they're on the right track. Now it's time for us to hear from you. Would love to know if you have any questions here. I think Carmen's gonna shoot those questions over to
Yep.
me.
So again, thank you, Damien. This has been a lot of information for families and for students to learn about as they navigate. And it's never too early to start thinking about a career. And it's always one of those experiences that gives you that outside world, connecting your major with your interests and learning experiences. So if at this time anybody wants to put and submit their questions through the Q&A or through the comment section on Facebook, you can do so. Just remember, we will be able to answer those questions today. If for any reason at this time you don't have any additional questions and you want to send them to us later, you can also do that. You had Damien's email up on screen, which I believe was dwight, right, at uab.edu. And
Yes,
then you have families, our email at uab.edu. So I'm monitoring, and that's why I'm looking sideways too, because I'm looking at
of
Facebook.
course.
I'm not seeing any questions coming in through our Facebook page. I do see one, and thank you. And the question that we have from one of our attendees today is what type of UAB jobs are available for students? And that's a great question.
Yeah, so I am going to assume that this question is geared towards UAV jobs on campus. And so if that is the case, you can find specifically within our division alone, there's a lot of on-campus jobs. So Division of Student Affairs, you find like front desk assistants, you find within our office peer career advisors who meet with the students on a day-to-day basis regarding their resume, et cetera, et cetera. Campus-wide, you can find the same things as far as like front desk assistants. Um, Carmen, do you all have student workers within your office?
We do, and different offices do have student workers as well. So I think handshake would be the initial first step.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is thank you for that. And so all of those jobs you'll find in Handshake, they have to be vetted and pushed through Handshake. So if your student is looking for on-campus position, more than likely it's going to be within Handshake. That's where they should look.
An additional question is, what is the timing or when are these jobs, if students are coming in the fall, how soon will these jobs be posted or how soon should students start looking? And what is the turnaround for finding out if you have an interview or have gotten the job?
Yeah, so the sooner the better. So they can actually start looking for those positions now. Typically, you'll find divisions and departments posting those jobs now or at the top of August, getting ready for the school year, right? Or the academic year, rather. As it relates to the time and the turnaround, that's going to be dependent upon the actual department and how they are navigating their hiring process. And so with that, it's up to the student to actually reach out and understand, if the student applied to a position, maybe 2 weeks ago, let's say, maybe they should reach out to the actual hiring department to see what is the status of their application, et cetera, et cetera. But also within Handshake, it's going to show you application status as well. But it's also a good token to, or a good tip rather, to uh, uh, reach out to check on the status as well.
Yeah, I think checking periodically, not just waiting
Yes.
till you want a job, but just see what's out there and
Yeah.
see what's out there. And sometimes students hesitate about applying for a job. Sometimes, they're afraid I'm not going to get it or, but it's always go ahead for
Yeah.
it and encourage them to do so. If anything, the learning experience of going through a whole process of applying for a job, updating the resume for sure. We do have some other questions, and I really thank everybody for sending the
Yeah.
questions. There's one question, somebody's taking a phlebotomy course. Are there any jobs related to it? And then also, in addition to that question, or following up to that question, are there opportunities to shadow doctors at the hospital, for example? And where would they find this information?
Okay, so for the first question, they're taking a phlebotomy course and they want to know if there's any jobs within that. That would entail the student making an appointment with us to set up a time to talk about how to search for jobs instead of and sort of setting up that strategy to find a position. I do want to make one thing clear. The Career Center, as of today, we do not do job placement or internship placement. We only help the student understand the competencies that are needed into making sure that they are career ready when they do go out into the workforce. And so for that, like I said, the student would set up an appointment with us. We would do a job search strategy plan to help them find a job within the field of phlebotomy. Secondly, shadowing opportunities. I would say for that student, they probably want to, it sounds like they want to go to medical school and they may be a biomedical science student. They might link up with student organizations like the Biomed Science Student Org. Oftentimes, those organizations have different opportunities to connect with doctors in different fields and different, how can I say this? Sections of medicine, right? And with that, you'll find those opportunities to say, hey, I would love to shadow, et cetera, in pulmonary, right? And those are those opportunities. But we also, I would say that student probably should set up an appointment with us to do the job search strategy plan. So that way they can understand how to network and how to maybe reach out via LinkedIn, because that's a huge networking platform as well. It's going to be all about networking. So that's an important factor. So the sooner the better. Like I said, if they're starting to utilize our services, the sooner the better.
Yeah, and I also think that for those medical or more medical related fields, also, and depending on where the student is, if the student is a fourth year student or is transitioning into graduate school, for example, I know that UAB jobs, especially the medical side of UAB jobs, might be,
Yes.
and I know that's where the Career Center comes in, how to tie your resume with your knowledge, your training into, and how to search for those jobs. So thank you for that question.
Yes.
A question has to do with how well do campus jobs pay on average? And I know that varies, but what would you say?
You can see jobs starting out at $10 an hour, upwards to about $14 an hour, is what I have seen.
Yes. And can you speak some up to what a work study job is and how is that different in the pay scale, or how does that work?
Work study is going to be based off of the award that is awarded to the student, and it's based off of how much that award is. You'll then, so say if the student's awarded $4,500 for the entire academic year. Of course, that would be split into 2 semesters, so fall and spring. Then from there, we would sort of divide up your hours. So the student can't work over 20 hours a week. So it would basically, your pay rate would basically dictate that, if that makes sense, or it correlates with that. So if a student's making $14 an hour or $13 an hour, we want to make sure that it's in line with the amount of hours, because you don't want to run out of work study at the top of the semester because you're getting paid this uh, specific amount, but your award amount is not allotting you to work the entire semester. So it's going to be based off the award amount and the hours that you can work within the actual semester.
And all those jobs can be found on Handshake, or the
Yes,
majority
and
of those
they
jobs. Yeah.
yes, and most divisions and departments will notate if it's a strictly an on-campus job, meaning that it's coming out of their actual budget, or if it's work study, if you need work study to actually perform that job.
Great, thank you. Can students connect with you or your office during orientation, explore more job opportunities within campus?
You can connect with us during orientation. Oftentimes, mostly during orientation, we're pushing out the resources that we offer. When it comes to connecting with us on the job opportunities, et cetera, highly encourage you to utilize Handshake and to set up an appointment with us. So encourage that student to set up an appointment with us to discuss their career pathway needs.
Yeah, and also orientation might be kind of tight because students are
Yes.
navigating a lot of different
Yes.
events and registering for classes. And I know there's a lot of information coming their way. So setting up an appointment or even a Zoom call with the Career Center after orientation is a good way
Yes.
to transition onto, coming to campus and being ready. But that was a great question. Sounds like somebody's ready to get going here. Yes, and we have one more question that has to do with, I think this is more towards the graduate school side of things, or
Mhm. Yeah.
how and when to apply to be a TA.
So that I would advise the student to talk to their faculty. Um, we I wouldn't be able to advise you on when is the best time to apply to be a TA. That's just not my scope, I guess. So what I would say is to reach out to faculty within that major that you're looking to be a TA in, and then understand the process from there. And then once you understand that process, let's look at your resume and talk about how you're going to interview for that position.
Yeah, that is a great answer. And also just not to put any any to do a little commercial here, but
Yeah.
tomorrow the graduate school is having some information sessions. So there may be a time to
Nice.
connect
Yeah.
with future professors or instructional leaders who may be able to, help you with that question.
Yes,
That
that's
is a
good.
wonderful question. Mhm.
That's good.
I'm also not seeing any questions on Facebook at this time. Um, uh, Again, if you have any additional questions, families, we really appreciate you sending those questions. And if you have any additional questions, again, you can send them to Damien, you can send them to us at families, and we'll be glad to, field and file those questions to the appropriate persons. Are there any last minute tips that you would like to give based on the school, the college experience? Some students think, well, I'm just starting, I'm a freshman, and they wait to start thinking about finding a job maybe later. What is the career path, or what is that career exploration look like? Would you recommend them starting early, or what's the best time?
Yeah, so I often tell people that I graduated from UAB twice, and then since my undergrad, I've had the opportunity to be in many rooms. I never thought I'd be in the room with US presidents. I never thought I'd be working with Kanye West or anyone for that matter on that level, right? And I didn't start utilizing the Career Center until I was a senior in college. And I oftentimes wonder if I'd started a bit earlier, how much more could I have experienced, right? And so, with that being said, from day one, if your student's a freshman, please send them to the Career Center. Studies show that the quicker the student can correlate their academic journey with their career goals, the quicker they graduate, right? And the more successful they are, and the more encouraged they are because they understand the career ready needs that they are going to have to possess as it relates to getting to where they need to go in their academic journey. We're part of their journey just as much as faculty and staff. So I just say encourage your student to utilize the Career Center. The sooner the better. And then what it looks like for support from you individually is just supporting them through their career exploration. If they don't know what they want to do right now, I love that answer. I always love that answer because it's a time to explore and to truly find what they're passionate about and to work through that journey with them. So that is always helpful to be supportive in that initiative.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because oftentimes we as family members, we're concerned maybe the student is coming in undeclared or not really knowing. But this
Yep.
is a great moment. I mean, college is for that. It's that exploration of who am I, what are my interests, and where am I headed? Which brings me kind of to a question that has to do with summer jobs. And so if somebody is volunteering, let's say as a camp counselor or doing some kind of volunteering work, should that be included in their resume when they're
It
looking for a job?
It should be included in the resume strictly under volunteerism or community involvement. It should not go under the work experience. Work experiences should be only for work that you are paid for. Now, if you're working at a summer camp and you're getting paid for it, definitely include that on your resume under work experience. But if it's a volunteer opportunity, it's great because you're getting those transferable skills that you'll need in an actual job, but do not put it under the work experience, put it under volunteerism or community involvement.
And that is a great point about those transferable skills.
Hmm.
Oftentimes, students have a job and they don't really, well, this doesn't relate to where my career goals are.
Right,
But anything that teaches you how to think critically, just problem solver, those kind of skills that you need. And so
right.
I think that's a great point that you made about those transferable skills. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for joining us today. If you have questions, again, at any moment, send them to us, families@uab.edu. We will send those questions on any related topic per se to those people who can get you the right answers. And so, Damien, I want to thank you for being here today and thank the families and students who have joined us today and wish everybody a great afternoon. And before you go, remember we have another webinar at 2 p.m. today, and it has to do with money. It has to do with one stop and financial aid. So join us today at 2, and then we hope to see you then, and we hope to see you in the fall. Have a wonderful rest of your summer, everybody. Thank you, Damien.
Thank you. See you soon.